In the name of the ass, I'll beat your moon. Wait, that's not right.
Oh my god.
God fucking damn it. You know what? I don't care. We're keeping the intro as is. So, viewers, we have a confession to make.
It's not even
We
much of a
tried.
confession as it's just a rant for me at this point because
So,
this is the 4th, 5th, 11th fucking time that we're recording this because OBS decided not to work for God knows who reason. Um, but you know what? I'm not gonna dwell on it too much. Let's just
I,
get started.
I, I just don't give a shit at this point. Last time some shit went down, I don't know what the fuck happened. Something involving two people, just a murder and stuff. I don't fucking know. Go
Yeah,
watch the other parts if you.
we
I
also
don't have
talked
time
about
to
some
fucking say it.
strong topics in that, and we got the jump scare of our lives, as I recall. So, um, we're
Let's
gonna
fucking do.
let's just this. I don't give a crap.
March 22nd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Hey, that date's coming right up, don't you think?
Sure. Adrian did it. That's what it looks like. Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there's someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday. I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? Can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand.
Well, it's almost time.
Mia,
We must get a complete acquittal today.
I know. But I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day.
Indeed. Well, let's get going. Beep, beep, beep.
It's him.
Beep.
This is right. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right?
No, I fucking stabbed the bitch.
Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. Grr. For my sake as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world would you want to give me?
It's a fucking bomb, Mr. Right.
You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win today's contest. If you please. Wait!
Beep.
The kidnapper sent me a present? Mr. Lawyer Dude? Who was that? No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Dude, did your nose just get longer?
Fuck you too.
So dumb.
March 22nd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Before we move on, I would just like to say two things actually. Right now, my setup is a little weird for this episode. I have my OBS open facing me, and I have Discord in the background. And so now I'm able to see my OBS recording and see the status of it, so I can immediately change it when I need to, instead of going back and forth and messing up the recording. But this is much easier for me because now I'm actually reading it through OBS. And
Wait, are you doing this?
Is my timing okay on your end?
Yeah, your timing's okay. Are you doing this on 2 monitors though?
No, I don't have 2
Or
monitors. I have 1 monitor and I have 2 tabs open at different locations. I have Discord in the background, and both of these are not full screen, by the way. My Discord's in the background, my OBS is in the foreground, and I'm watching the Discord stream cropped weirdly through OBS.
okay. I'm
So,
curious to see how that works on the video. Well,
honestly,
just if
it
you're
looks
normal.
pretty. It doesn't look half bad. It just looks like a video. And also, second thing, last Friday, so today is a Thursday when we're recording this. Last Friday, I actually went to court.
Wait, what the fuck did you do?
I had a little bit of a traffic accident, nothing major, mind you. I sort of bumped into a car, like a little dent, and the mistake that I made was, this is what the judge said. I failed to give information, in quotes.
What the fuck?
So, apparently, failing to give information is a class A, what's it called? Offense or like something? I don't know. Anyways, it was class A, whatever it was. And so, apparently, my fine is $75 because it's a first time offense, and whatever the fucking court fees were, which were like what, $325. And so in total, the payment was $400 for a small dent in another person's car, which they could have covered with their insurance, but the other person decided to show up. You know, I'm not even gonna talk about it anymore. The point is, I'm trying to connect what we're doing now with what happened on Friday, because I went to court, and this is what we're in a court. So, look.
Here's the difference between Ace Attorney and what you're going through. This is murder.
Look.
You didn't murder anyone.
I didn't murder no one, alright? That's not the connection. The connection is that I went to court. Period. Okay?
Perfect.
The fact that I played
Alright.
Ace Attorney before going to the court made me realize just how stupid and inaccurate this shit is. Alright? Mind you, I love this fucking game. But holy shit, is there some really inaccurate freaking things on this. Like, it's
justice
weird.
system is fucking dumb, so...
Anyways. Okay, let's continue.
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt and Guard. Are the prosecution and defense ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Oh, good.
No, you're
we can
not.
start the... I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma's a bitch? I should have known better.
I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor!
You wanna... Please shut the fuck up, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what the fuck do you want?
Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman.
What? Shit!
Shot?
Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about.
His present?
Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, It would be to your advantage.
This is totally insane. Ms. Von Karma, is she alright?
I don't have that fucking answer. She's alive and in stable condition. That's good. Phew. Yo!
I thought he'd show up.
Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Francisca Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. The prosecution is ready. Naturally. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery, unlike her father 15 years ago. Luckily, I have looked over this case and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt on guard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Witness, your name and occupation.
My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now.
For now?
After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir.
Detective Gumshoe.
The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Go take some antidepressants or something. I don't know. Lift your head and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that. Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight.
Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth.
Bare facts of the case.
This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder.
Oh, did I tell you that Juan Corrida's last name was changed from Corrida to Rivera because Corrida is the
Corrida is Spanish for ejaculation.
No, Spanish slang for ejaculation.
Yeah.
After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room?
Yes, sir. Both the victim and the defendant went alone to their rooms, sir.
I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. You know what? I'm not even gonna... Fuck it, we gotta read this shit anyway.
The cause of death. Wasn't that because Mr. Corrida was stabbed in the chest?
Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Look at this photograph.
No.
Every time you do, it makes me laugh.
Fuck you.
Now, a real present attention would be drawn here to this bandana. Banana. His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir. Ah, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana.
I wanna freaking punch you, bro. And what about the knife?
Seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. We have a crafty murder on our hands here. I'm surprised he didn't use the banana.
No. Autopsy report added to the court record. I'm gonna slap you in the face with the freaking autopsy report, bitch.
Time of death 8:15. Cause strangled with a scarf, then stabbed with a knife.
God.
I'm gonna go to hell later.
We're all going to hell later. I'll see you down there. And why did you think that?
Because it was empty, pal. The German Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar, and we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wants the guitar into the crime to get it. How's that? We thought of that too, but...
But?
The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims.
Only the victims, huh?
I see. So much for my theory then.
There's a reason why you're a judge, not a detective. Anyways, guitar case updated in the court record.
Empty. There is some water on the lid. There's some water, but only on top of the lid. It bears Kurita's fingerprints.
I will be joking a lot in this, by the way, because I'm trying to get over the fact that this didn't fucking record for those fucking things. And it's just, ugh, annoying. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case?
The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night. Well then, what the fuck was it? This bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Kurita, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir.
So you mean he forgot to put the guitar case inside the case?
Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar.
So, that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel.
Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with this case after all.
I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him.
Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing.
Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter.
Yes, sir.
Why arrest on guard?
Matt on guard and Juan Kurita were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button. It was ripped off of the ninja costume and was found in Matt's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant brought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing?
It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clear, sir. I don't even think about it.
Suspicious knife added to the court record.
Bears the victim's blood and on guard's fingerprints. In the grip, Gatewater is engraved.
There's also something else which we're not talking about.
And there's this button.
That was found in the defendant's clothes, wasn't it? And is this button also covered in blood?
Yes, and we know that blood is the victim's blood, sir.
What? Jammin' Ninja's button added to the court record.
Was ripped from his costume. Is covered in Kurita's blood. Found in Onguard's hakama. All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right?
I'll find a hole in your argument somehow.
You could press as hard as you'd like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questioning, you stupid son of a bitch.
GRRRRRRR.
Phoenix becomes a lot. Phoenix becomes Regid. Hey, I know what to do here.
My god.
Hey, Gumshoe, you want to take a better look at this knife?
What am I doing? Okay. Wait a second.
Waiting. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. What?
So the basis of your argument that this was premeditated murder is simply that. My client bought a knife beforehand.
That's right, pal. The defendant.
Did
What
not
the
buy
fuck
this
was that?
knife.
Holy shit. Okay, viewers, for context, I'm in a lounge area in my dormitory because my roommate is at his room.
Wait, is it that same lounge area we were last time?
Yeah.
It was after
And
the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and I heard the weirdest fucking sound, and I don't know what the fuck it was.
It's the spirit
Anyways,
of
he didn't.
Faye trying to possess you.
Oh no.
You're becoming
Anyways,
a
he
spirit
didn't.
medium, bro.
Oh no.
Take a good look at the handle of his knife, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh shit, there's cum on here. It has a gate water seal set in the handle. Gay water? I think I've heard of that name somewhere before.
Gay water. That's the name of the hotel, the Gatewater Hotel. You numbnuts.
The Gatewater hell.
Gatewater hell. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel. Which means this murder was not premeditated.
Well, fuck.
Yes, that is very true. This is a very big... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
You're a hoe.
But the defense is simply too careless.
What?
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined.
How so?
I admit this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this. But I didn't... Oh... The question is... Where did this knife come from?
Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Ejaculation's room.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Your Honor, but that's the wrong answer, Warhead. The victim ate the last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on the table.
There's a knife and a fork on the table. Then, where in the world did this knife come from?
If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt on guard. Especially, what was on top of his table? There's something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife. We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt on guard's knife was missing.
Irk.
Mr. Onguard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife to a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder.
Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction.
Seems like Edgeworth had planned this from the very beginning.
This must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it.
A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. This is quite a sizable amount of evidence here.
I could safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court.
Evidence not yet shown?
He means evidence that the court hasn't seen. In other words, new evidence.
What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
Well...
Phoenix. The judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here...
That gavel of his will be ringing out to the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court?
Actually, I do.
There's one. One piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance, and only one.
What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here.
If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us.
You may now present one and only one piece of shit. Now then, what is this important shit that you must show to the court?
The wine glass.
This is a wine glass, is it not?
Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase is broken. His makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were, at one point, sitting on top of the dresser.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over along with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do you all have to say?
I think you should go fuck yourself, pal. Ah, well, yes, it is a little peculiar.
Yes, isn't it? I thought it was.
You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth?
What is it, Your Honor?
Your opinion?
You don't need my opinion, because there is no special meaning to that glass.
What?
Safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the bawdry, Adrian Andrews, for example.
Audrey?
She could have... Shut the fuck up. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking.
That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Could Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking? Yes.
There's no way.
I don't even know, bro. I forgot what the options were. If I appear weak here, the trial is over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty.
They just might fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough.
The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There is no way he has any. He's just bluffing. He just
Unlike
won't
Mr.
spit.
Right, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
Yeah, yeah, fuck you, Mr. Center Part.
Shut the fuck up.
What? Nani?
Nani, motherfucker? You're not thinking hard enough today, right? Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice?
Then,
Of course it had been thoroughly expected. For fingerprints.
fingerprints.
There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were one Adrian Andrews.
What? Wine glass updated in the court.
Alright, found next to the victim. It's filled with tomato juice. Bears Andrews' fingerprints. That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright?
You're a bitch. GRRR. I can't believe I fell into another trap.
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corrida. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Tick, tick, tick. Now do you see right? You can't change any part of my scenario, as it explains everything all too well. I thought long and hard this past year of what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover. But wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment just yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from.
Another witness?
Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness. What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? Oh no. Are you ready?
Oh god.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Fuck. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat.
Gotcha! I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier. Gee, I wonder what the fuck happened. Oh, Edgy boy, it's been what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew under that helmet? It was the Wicked Witch of the fucking witness stand.
Tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime.
I don't need to know your cup size. Shut the fuck up. That terrible crime is all this court needs to know. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat. Oh!
Shush! I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgy right now. Don't ever say that again. Don't interrupt us, Gramps.
Yes, madam. No, please, by all means, interrupt her. Please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please.
God. It's true what they say. Now that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with?
The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag?
It was great. It was a great job being able to see my theory Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim? Again?
Look, everyone is crazy over that on-guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me, I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I'm not interested in a little child like him. I'm only interested in the real man, Juan Colita. But those two were the same age. Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Ajipu. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in the front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard. Matt on guard. He was trying to sneak out of his way out of Juan's room.
So Mr. On-Guard came out from the victim's room.
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
You saw my client. Are you sure about that? You see? Really? My brat, when I say I saw someone, I saw that person. Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further.
The person's clothes.
Please tell me the court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome man you are. Really, as if something like that matters. But it does. Oh, what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing.
What the fuck was that?
Your fucking used condoms, you disgusting bitch. What thing?
Your cutest condom!
Oh my god. That gaudy thing he was always wearing. That missing jacket with that used condom in his front pocket. Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center too. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men. Right.
No, Mr. Wright. Was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way? It was very important.
I just played 2 rounds of Solitaire during this whole thing, by the way. Of course it was important,
Jesus
Your
fuck.
Honor.
Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of the testimony was important.
Don't just see it, Edgeworth. Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket to be appeared in her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but all right. Witness, if you please.
It says appended. And I read appeared.
Whatever.
It means the same thing, whatever. Well, I don't like to be so bad. I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must.
He's wearing his flashy race jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show. Really.
I mean, Miss Oldbag. What? Don't say my name is for no reason.
This old bag.
Do you know what this is? Ah, it's button number 2 on Jammin' Ninja's costume. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance. Give it here, give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this. Wow. She really is a die-hard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Ungard's body during a full body search.
I just heard a fucking large ass boom,
Oh god.
and I don't know where the fuck it came from.
Well. See? This button proves beyond the shadow of a doubt that it was that rascal on guard. It was caught up in the pleats of his Nickel Samurai Hakama pants. Hakama! See? And on guard is the Nickel Samurai. Witness! Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Ongard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? I'm so sorry. Sorry to judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress, then maybe you would think, but instead I have to put up with this ridiculous looking outfit you agree. This outfit is hideous right after you record. I'm trying to read all that. It's freaking hard to do, okay? Jesus fucking Christ.
So we're gonna
Look
at the mirror. Your clothes are
as interesting as a documentary on curling. You should think up a 10 edgy poo. He's got the style.
now hold your tongue still for one change, you stupid bitch. So what you wear on actuality was not Mr. Ungard the man,
Fucking hell.
but the Nickel Samurai.
But when you think about it, Post 28. No, I'm just kidding. They're really one and the same anyway. Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we're talking about. Edgy Poo, do you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth considering.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
Alright, if you insist. I should be the one sighing, not you. Who I saw. On guard, oh god, yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right, it was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So, he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. Ah, youngest today, I told you there is no way that was anybody else.
How do you know that?
Because I said so. And what I say is the truth. And all of you fake assholes are nothing.
JK, I take my meds.
All you fake hoes ain't shit. Okay. At least she didn't. At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago, which is fucking horrendous shit.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Can I cross-chop her neck, please? Because that would be helpful. By the way, I love Old Bag, bro. She's so funny.
I know.
Please take a look at this.
Oh my god, you're going to stab me!
Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work.
Oh shit, it's actually going into my abdomen!
No, that was not my intention at all. Even though I really hope it was. Anyway.
That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct?
No, it was used to freaking put jam on a piece of yes, Your Honor.
Your
Do you know why
dumbass
this piece of evidence is important to this case? Your stupidity?
You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at?
That is exactly what I'm driving at.
Where are we driving? And whose car are we driving?
If Mr. Ungard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all of his previous fingerprints on this knife right off.
Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing.
Why the fuck would he do that? And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There is no way he would do something like that.
However, there is one possibility.
Then let's hear your possibility.
It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At the time, the defendant had no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I have heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory?
There is a contradiction.
This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony.
What are you babbling about?
Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Ongard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. This knife, this was used by Mr. Ongard at dinner.
Yes, we did establish that.
Which means that if my client was, in fact, the killer, then he brought this knife with him and when he went to visit Mr. Kurita.
I suppose.
However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. And one more thing.
Oh.
If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprint shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us.
Order! Order, I say! Order in this court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? To frame on guard.
It's to frame my client, Mr. On Guard, of course.
To frame? Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one?
But we just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife.
Gah! Witness!
Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Ejipu?
Gah. Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nickel Samurai?
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but are you saying that you mixed up Mr. Ongar with the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai? Alright then, who were you waiting around for then? That's no secret to anyone outside of security.
I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Kurita. Am I correct, witness?
Ha ha ha. The way you think, you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
So Olbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Kurita.
Maybe. Phoenix. Maybe the old bag was waiting around for that person.
If it's who I think Mia is hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Oldbag. You were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you?
Adrian! Who is this person?
This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Onguard's manager.
But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is... I see.
It just seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing.
God damn, nice tits!
Damn, she's thick.
Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's
Adrian Andrews? Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well.
Autoerotic asphyxiation. Looks like you found me out.
Forgot that also stands for AA. Fucking damn it.
Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then.
the witness? What in the world are you?
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling.
I got some information, some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation, in secret of course.
But what for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here?
I really don't want to do this, however, I cannot simply let this point slide.
I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information.
Get ready. It's going to take the wind out of you youngins. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old. You're 10 years old away. You're 10 years old away from fucking
Cody
dead.
Hackins. Oh yeah, by the way, the pun in Cody Hackins' name is Code Hacking.
Wow.
Secret information.
That on-god is one evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So, to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret you got that nobody else but you and me know yet, okay?
The defendant sent his manager? What a distasteful topic for this court!
What? Nobody's above gossip. Isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant? Never heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person?
We have looked into this matter and found that the truth that the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip.
But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will toward the victim.
So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin to cross-examine the witness.
Be careful, the old bag seems rather excited right now. In more ways than one.
God damn it, I was gonna make that joke. That's right, on-guard is nothing but the average full-blooded youth. Well, as the old bag saying goes, you gotta burn old bags with fire.
The message, kill
Jesus
Wendy
Christ.
old bag.
So basically what they're saying is freaking commit arson. Is that what you're saying? And the video stopped, so I have to reset this shit. Who knows? See, this is why we have the thing now. Okay? Perfect.
Yep.
Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone.
We're gonna kill Wendy.
And we'll be right back.
We're back, bitches.
Secret information.
Press the old bag.
Wait. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over.
Yeah, I'm a busy woman. I can't get into my calendar anymore.
Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information? Oh, well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. a secret. Even if you drill a hole into my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world did that old bag get such a secret piece of information?
Present evidence.
So no one else is supposed to know the secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldbag? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that! Witness! I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it?
The camera!
Take that! The investigative photographer Lotta Hart.
Oh, yes, I remember that mischievous little bitch.
She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself.
She reported such a thing?
On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrage impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas, you say? No, no, no. I said impressions. Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless? Ah, that's it. That's the note. Ah. I am fucked. Hey. No, you see, this is a completely different thing. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy. Why?
Then you are the one that took Miss Hart's note?
Oh,
God fucking damn it. It's my secret list of groceries, motherfucker! Need.
Oh my god. You fan. I'm gonna stop. A huge fan of one, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil On Guard. She said so herself. On Guard, I'm his sidekick.
Damn it.
God, this game. Oh, this fucking game. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Angie Boo, you believe me, don't you?
No.
Nuh-uh. I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. That I will be in 10 years. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before.
You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
Well, it was only a piece of shit. I suppose we can overlook this just the once.
She looks like she's really sorry. No, she doesn't. Should I forgive her? No!
Pile on the
pressure. Well, sit on an eye. If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Finish her. Objectionality. Phoenix Wright wins. I'm sorry. Witness. You said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct? This is stole! Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible lonely trash can, that's all. You're lying, damn it! And I can prove it! Don't you put in my credibility under scrutiny again? Miss Oldbag. I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night.
The camera.
Miss Oldbag. That note was with the camera inside its case, wasn't it?
Bruh.
Yesterday, Lotta Heart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, "My sweetie $1,600 camera disappeared on me."
Why, witness?
What is it, Gramps? If you have the note, then it's only logical that you have the camera too. Just like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for? Ah, that's... But even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I still eat meals like you. I fall in love and borrow things from people.
I think your definition of borrow is a little off. Borrowing without the intent of returning sounds like the more definition.
I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it said, Slimeback Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of pictures she had taken. I'm a professional security guard, and it's my business to know these things.
Bailiff, check this camera's photos. Hurry! We must examine them at once. We need to see the boobs.
Oh my.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There is only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case. Please present it to the court. This is the Nickel Samurai.
See, I told you, that's the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter.
Lotta's photo added to the court record.
Picture taken in the hallway right after the murder. Well, what does this all mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mathon Guard clearly stated that, at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume. If that's the case, then this Nickel Samurai is... the defendant. How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client?
Oh, hell no. If this photo really is decisive, we're done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there's
Something strange with it.
Strange with it. I remember this one.
Yeah, because I blindly guessed with this last time.
Yeah. There's something strange with this photo.
I knew this was coming, right?
Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we can all agree that there is nothing strange with this photo. There is no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster.
Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, please, look at the photo one more time.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct?
Well... I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts?
Now then, let's hear your objection. What about this photo is strange?
Okay, viewers. So I blindly guessed and I pointed at his feet. And I was completely fucking like shocked because that was great.
Yeah, it was
So, feet.
Look at them feet pic. I would like to direct the court's attention to this area right here.
But what are you pointing to? His ankles?
If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't.
And what does this mean?
The costume person in this photo could not have been Mr. On Guard.
What is the meaning of this? Oh, fuck my leg! I wonder if you would care to elaborate. With actual facts, that is.
Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama.
His socks! You can see his socks!
Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up just to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself this time.
That's curious.
Huh? What is?
Edgeworth is unusually calm today.
That's true.
He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride.
Along for the ride? What do you mean by that?
I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all.
He doesn't feel under attack? Then I haven't damaged his case at all?
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Matt on guard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless. I figured it would come to this.
What?
I figured it.
Sorry.
Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you've proven that this person inside the costume is not Matt on guard. In that case, who is this a photo of?
Who is this person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume?
My mom. Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think?
Yeah. Why is he so calm?
Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is this person in the photograph? Adrian. Adrian Andrews?
If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it's none other than this woman.
And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her?
For starters, she's short. And she can freely move in and out of Mr. Onguard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Onguard that night.
And how does that all add up?
It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Onguard's fingerprints all over it.
The knife that was used as a murder weapon. Why don't you just say what it is you want, right?
I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Carrita. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime.
Order, order, order! It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without hearing her testimony first.
Alright, this is it.
This is kind of bad for us.
Huh? What do you mean?
If Miss Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day.
One more day. Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya.
Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
What? What am I supposed to do? You're just about to adjourn the court. Raise objection!
Now then!
Wait! I object. Never mind. Hold on. Never mind. Okay, we're good. Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today.
I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she is not...
I abhor wasting such valuable time.
Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development.
Unexpected development? I think you underestimate me, Your Honor.
And what do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave away to subpoenaing Miss Adrian Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on.
What?
What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She is the next witness.
Everything was planned out in advance by that man?
Somehow, I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly.
Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess.
To be continued in the episode.
Yes. But we will take a short break before we continue on as well.
Yes,
So
because
we'll
I have
be
trash.
right back.
Yay! Hi,
We're
All right, time to
Took a
finish
short
out this.
intermission, and now we should finish. Okay, so now all of this stuff for me and is new, so I have no idea what to expect.
Okay. March 22nd, 2:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Dude, I can't believe that Adrian... No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So after the ceremony during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your hakama. Because she was the one that came to wake me up. Then, dude, you're saying it really was her? Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corrida. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time the trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze. Okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude?
Oh, fuck. I forgot that was his catchphrase. Phoenix. You think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right?
Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note and the person thought to have hidden it.
Yeah, this is going to be a prevalent theme throughout this entire case. Just spoiling it now.
Great.
Is Juan Carita the victim of this murder?
And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Carita. All to get the suicide note back.
That sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me.
What?
Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts?
It was Edgeworth.
It looks like he's still the one in command of the ship. Don't let your guard down yet.
Oh no.
March 22nd, 2:25 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Is Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Carita's room. What is your occupation? I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt on guard. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yeah, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. Ah, no, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossip Land.
If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd have to do all my work for me.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Carita. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter. Or was it a bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. It was time for the show. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes, sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Ride, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match.
Yes, I know.
In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing.
Disrupt her pacing?
She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking, so you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand?
Oh god, what does that mean?
I don't know.
You were in shock?
Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna give this girl Malevola voice because she reminds me of Malevola.
No.
What? Was I not surprised to be? Or supposed? Fuck.
Surprised to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Burrito.
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked.
Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not.
I see.
Juice?
Yes, there was lots of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself.
But you didn't drink any of it, did you?
Huh?
There was no lip marks left on the wine glass to suggest anyone drank from it.
I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it.
Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Carita, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself a glass of juice, correct?
And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time.
Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you.
Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed I made one careless mistake. That one thing.
What one thing?
Never mind. It's no big deal.
What was she starting to say just now?
Press further. Press the bitch!
Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was.
Actually, so would I. I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. I had my period. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. The flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime scene? This mess of glass shards? It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry, I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal in your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. I was the one who knocked over the flower vase where it fell onto the guitar case. Wait. Felt as though I was about to faint. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo.
Wait, what?
I was the one who knocked over the flower vase when it fell onto the guitar.
No, you didn't. You just
Is this bitch? Is this bitch serious?
yourself. You dumb bitch.
Or wait, hold on. Hold on. Empty. There is some water, but only on top of the lid. Bears Karita's fingerprints. But if we look at if we look at the photo, it's open.
Why is it open?
So if it were open, if this was the exact same scene that she saw,
She's lying.
wouldn't the water and some of the glass shards be inside of the case?
Right.
So it's the guitar case.
You testified that you knocked over the flower vase over. Is this correct?
Yes.
And are you sure that it fell onto the guitar case?
Is there some problem with what I said?
It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly why it's so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside.
That's very true.
Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case.
And what is that?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
And what's wrong with that?
If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards should be inside, not outside the case.
What is your point, right? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all?
No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else.
Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case.
But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all.
That may very well be. However, the guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it?
It seems that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
Make her testify letter B.
Make her testify.
I was gonna say letter B.
No, because I want to know more about the guitar case.
Okay.
She probably has the info.
Okay.
Yeah, the guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle.
I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you.
I can't believe I'm doing this either.
All right, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked over the vase. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Okay,
What the
dude.
fuck is wrong with her?
It looks like this really wasn't a very important point.
Are you
This
serious?
wistful is such a familiar feeling by now. It's almost comforting.
Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination.
Wait, we have to cross-examine this bullshit? Using any way to change the topic, a convenient escape for a weak man.
Look, it ain't much of a fucking examination as much of it's an observation.
The guitar case. I don't remember too clearly, but because I was a bit dazed, I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over.
But
It's not a big
why?
deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I don't...
Bro,
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know what the fuck you're smoking, but I don't think it's weed.
No, something is actively going on in my fucking dorm right now, and I don't know what the fuck is going on.
It's haunted.
I'm not no, they're like people fighting.
What?
Girl, just let me do my fucking thing I need to do. Come on,
What,
Phoenix.
there's
We
people
can't
fighting?
afford to let up on her now.
I wasn't planning on letting up, but
She's at her weakest now, so this is our chance.
yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with.
I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. What? That doesn't fucking help me! Dazed, I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked over the vase. It's not a big deal though, the case was empty. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know.
Bitch, what the fuck do you mean you don't know?
Are we seriously... Don't fucking tell me. Don't tell me. Are you fucking kidding me right now? We're seriously going with the fucking fact because her fingerprints aren't on there, she couldn't have opened the guitar case?
Wow.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay. Anyways, there is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why? Oh, I don't know. Fucking...
Why would you say that?
Oh, gee, I wonder why. It's elementary, my dear ho. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. You lying shithead.
What is it, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. Oh my god! Stop deflecting! You're making your case worse for yourself, girl.
Bro, I don't even know what the fuck is happening anymore. What do you mean?
What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time?
Oh,
Gloves? Why would you be wearing gloves at the time?
I wonder why you'd
It
be wearing
was-
fucking gloves.
It was the night of the awards ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves, along with a tight dress that showed my ass. I see. Well,
Oh my
Mr.
God.
Wright, witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime.
Such an idiot.
Wait
Oh,
a
yeah,
fucking...
That's strange. Why the fuck would she be wearing gloves? What was she in? A fucking
I wonder
costume?
why. Gee, I wonder why.
Oh, you were wearing gloves. Isn't that a little strange?
Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? I wonder.
It have your proof right here. This wine glass.
The wine glass?
You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass.
Son of a bitch.
Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself the glass of juice. Wouldn't you think that was a little, just a little strange? That you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case?
Order! Okay, can I just say, I fucking love Adrian Andrews. Looks like you hit the head on the hit the nail on the head this time.
What do you mean?
I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here.
But it's just an empty case.
I wonder if it was really empty, though.
But the guitar, the bright red guitar was at the studio.
Phoenix, drop all of your pre-assumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar.
You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. What the fuck are you talking about, you fucking idiot?
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves despite the fact on the case.
Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us into it all into his misguided.
No, Your Honor. Please, recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in the photo of the crime scene. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder.
If you are so sure, right, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please, enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything to do with this murder.
Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
Well, let's suppose for a second that bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You don't mean to suggest that the bright black guitar was inside the...
So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty, is that it, right?
I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove.
Deflate that head of yours, you haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? Fuck you, Lotta's photo.
This is a photograph.
Yes, but what is important is what is in that picture, Your Honor.
In this picture?
It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is, inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume.
What?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Right, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out the costume? What insane point would there be to do something like that?
That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she can make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews?
I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct?
You mean this photo? Order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? Nice job, Phoenix.
Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later.
So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume. Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt on guards. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places. True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was the Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the case? It was stolen from On Guard.
I think it may have been stolen from On Guard.
But why would someone do such a thing?
Maybe a thief wanted to interfere with the post-ceremony stage somehow. And so, if he didn't have his costume, then Mr. Angar would be forced to go naked.
Maybe you should be stripped naked and run out for making a mockery of this court.
Excuse me, bitch?
Mr. Mattangard did not take his costume off after the awards ceremony. He even testified that he took a nap while still wearing his costume. Is that not correct?
No, you're a bitch. Ah, yeah. Whatever.
That's what I thought. Let's try that one more time, shall we, Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright, the call would like to hear your thoughts. What was it doing in the guitar case? It was a spare costume, obviously.
Mr. Ungar did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one.
What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes that were at the Gay Water Hill?
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself brought this spare into the ceremony on purpose. But why? The victim, Mr. Corrida, was the Jamin Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could the reason be behind such a peculiar act?
And therein lies the sticking point.
What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue? I can just imagine Edgeworth in his mind being like, I lost to you 2 times in this fucking courtroom, and you can't understand or explain anything, you stupid son of a bitch?
Yes, that is precisely what I'm saying, you bitch. Huh? No, I just, I'm a poopy butthole.
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume? Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you.
Alright. This is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was...
The press conference. What is this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai is going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right?
But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Ungard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
But how can that be?
The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was a setup. By none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Kurita himself.
The victim?
Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Kurita was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai.
He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at the conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
Which means that Juan Kurita, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt on guard.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession, that's public disclosure. Miss Andrews? I can see why you are a pros at what you do. Pardon me? Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this. I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him. That was also me. You? Juan had bet everything on the German Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway. He was going to ruin him, huh? It looked like somehow Juan had his hands on a secret so powerful, it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
What?
And do you know what this secret of Mr. Ongod's is, Miss Andrew? That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is. I see. I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone, but that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all.
Protect Matt on guard?
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior. Yes, Your Honor. I understand. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him. This does account for everything. Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit. If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep in mind that as you cross-examine, Mr. Wright.
Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn key. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Turn her logic upside down. Great. I didn't see that because it froze.
Oh,
You're good.
is it normal now? Okay.
Yeah, it's good now. It's good. Yeah.
Okay.
You could hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on this knife could very well be clever camouflage.
Then what about the button?
The button?
It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Gem Ninja's costume. You're talking about this button, correct? The button was found in the pleats of Miss Matt Hakama, is that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence.
Irk.
Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright.
Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony.
I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat.
Thank goodness Mia can still look at me.
Like a phoenix! With an icy stare, yes. Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
Fuck's sake.
That button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. Really? It was?
Oh,
Because...
I don't know.
his autopsy report says otherwise.
Whatever. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf.
Strangulation?
The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died.
And what does that mean?
Let's examine the evidence. Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it. Which would mean that it was ripped off the costume. When?
After the knife was stabbed into the victim.
Exactly. Which means it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight.
Ah,
That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body.
order! What is the meaning? What is the meaning of this, right? So what if the button was torn off of the body after the victim had already died? What does that change?
Let me ask you one simple question, Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve?
What purpose?
We now know this button was not torn off during the fight. So, the murderer took the time to effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That will mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Mr. White, does this mean you know what the murderer actually wanted to do with the button? What was it? To have a memento of the crime, to pin the crime on guard, to destroy evidence.
I think
to pin it on him.
guard. There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. On Guard. There's no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants. That's right. Mr. On Guard was set up by the real killer, of course.
And the real murderer is? Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then?
Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point.
Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end.
The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. On Guard, is...
It was Maya! No. It was Pearls. She did it. That motherfucker did it with little hands.
Shit!
No, it was Adrian.
Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you! Fucking Pokemon. You are Mr. Kurita's killer.
What? Order! Mr. Wright! This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence to support your charge?
Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews.
How preposterous. You can't stick anything of that on me.
I can't, can I? Would you care to test me?
Then what about this knife?
The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. On Guard naturally. The knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you.
Then, what about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama?
This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only person who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. On Guard was the real killer, there's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. The only person who could have put this button into Mr. On Guard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you yet again, Miss Andrews.
I see. What about the empty guitar case?
That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was such a costume inside that guitar case? It can only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews.
No, But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. and it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. That's right.
That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out about that, she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So, to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Ms. Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, she was the classic date discoverer of the dead body. And to top it all off, there's this photo.
You're still going?
A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Ungard. He would be much too short for his own costume if this was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not?
Please, stop.
Well, how about it, Miss Andrews?
Um,
Got her this time.
Miss Andrews? I refuse to testify.
What was that?
There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Well, yes, you are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide with a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing a witness not to testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Ongard's room.
Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we've just discussed. Understood? All right.
That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews not to testify if things looked bad.
You did a good job of proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there is still one thing you haven't done.
Something I haven't done.
What's wrong, right? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence? What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless.
What?
Everything you have just proven is circumstantial.
Circumstantial?
Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to commit or murder Mr. Kurita. Jesus fuck, I'm having a stroke.
And I just fucked up
Miss
another round of
Andrews,
solitaire.
you-
Is what happened to me.
Did you want to kill Mr. Did you want to kiss Mr. Kurita? I believe this may lead me to incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering. But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so, or maybe not. There's no way to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence.
No! He's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do?
Somehow we've landed in the worst possible situation.
I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully sustained with solid, definitive proof.
But that's not true.
In this situation, there is only one thing left that this court can do, and that is to declare a recess.
Recess?
I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter, and that tomorrow's trial.
Tomorrow?
Oh no.
We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial.
What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he?
That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya...
But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
It is not impossible for this trial to continue.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you...
It's true Miss Andrews holds the right to self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were to something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
Yes, that is very true, but...
Actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews, when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. So my actions were unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out is in this testimony should in no way implicate this witness. I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know.
The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please.
That glass of juice, I really didn't pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. Wait, did you not see the fucking knife?
So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
I didn't think I needed to do something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left.
I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours?
Now then, Mr. Ride, you may begin your cross-examination.
That glass of juice. The thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. Bitch, what do you mean? There's a fucking knife sticking out of him.
A knife knife sticking out of this bitch. Are you kidding me? So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? What is this bitch
No.
high? I swear. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body?
What is the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corrida's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that here was a dead man.
That's, well, you see...
I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted. And then, so nonchalantly, go pour something to drink.
Your point is...
Miss Andrews. Your testimony just now. It was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clear. That you are the real killer.
No! It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matongard, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong. Miss Andrews, try to have some composure. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan.
But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself.
That's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matongard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Is it over? Have we found the truth at last?
What's wrong, Phoenix?
Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matongard.
Ah, for
Just
fuck.
fucker.
Are you kidding
Your Honor.
me?
The prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. What? The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. The absolute real truth? What are you... Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matongard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty.
What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it?
I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma.
Huh?
Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of others. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself.
then right now, Miss Andrews is...
Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word no matter what happens. If you do, Matt on guard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undeniably believes in those words right now and is clinging on to them.
Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever came across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get her not guilty, and that's my only priority.
It wasn't me. I'm begging you, please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help, please. Someone, help me. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
The courts can't continue on like this, therefore I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who was the real mastermind behind this crime.
Who is the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except that woman crying over there, right?
Come now, what will you do? What kind of man are you, Phoenix Wright? Request the not guilty verdict, force Andrews to testify.
I want to know the truth. Force Andrews to testify.
Alright.
I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no around that. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you are really hiding.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure. Mr. Ungar would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end?
Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me. That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth. You're wrong. What a shame. Huh? I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However, what is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls onto my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop. Mr. Edgeworth? What are you disclosing, bitch?
What?
This witness, should I put this? She has an illness.
What?
This motherfucker did not.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Seriously, Edgeworth? You prick?
She has an illness. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past.
Wow, you really just fucking just said it like that, huh? God damn.
Please stop! No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here.
Wow. That's the second part of a suicide report. The attempted suicide report.
What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews.
The secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world.
Please, please stop! I beg you. If people find out, I'll. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. God damn, Miles. God
Fucking
damn.
Edward, damn, Edward don't give a damn, bro. Fucking hell. Edward, how can you be so cold?
However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips, no matter what I have to do. So will you tell the court, or shall I? Either is fine with me. I'll talk, but please help me.
What in the fuck?
Nothing matters anymore. Oh. Now I feel bad.
What?
When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. Stabbed the body with the knife? But why would you do that? Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man. What do you mean by all of this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but... This is the truth. The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time.
Last time?
So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim.
happening?
So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Carita, in the chest with the knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her crime. Wait, what does she mean by last time?
What? How is this possible?
What did she mean by last time?
What the fuck is going on right now?
Wait. Is she insinuating that Celeste and Matt had a relationship together? Like some sort of relationship?
Oh god.
It's something to do with Celeste. I don't know what.
The fuck is this? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're back. But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead?
He had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf is a part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything was strange about it was strange. His head was also tilted a bit down, so I couldn't see his face very well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice.
What is this plan you have?
I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because, one, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought, I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife.
That was so you could get the knife, correct?
The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used it, then the police would be certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime.
So, you were the one to stab the victim with that knife.
It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and plant it in Matt Unguard's Hankama? Yes, that's what I've had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they?
An inconvenience?
There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway.
I'm going to bet my spikes it was Lotta.
There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth.
That's sold back for you.
I had already been caught and made a bet and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and getting caught again.
You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you?
Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it in Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there. And what is this secret? That, I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the nickel samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
I think we've heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. Ongod's room and planted the button?
Into Matt's hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word! What does this all mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Ungard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk.
Francisca, huh?
She said I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, that Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor. The defense still...
Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today. Oh no.
What?
Maya.
You are fucking kidding me. Today's trial it's over. I didn't win an acquittal.
Witness, would you mind if I asked you something?
Edgeworth?
What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might take a look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. It's a shell. Although I didn't remember it the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remembered it just now. I found this in the room on that day.
The room?
That day? Yes. I found this card while I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there, right next to him.
You found that card next to the victim's body?
I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right?
Yeah, I guess not. But it's still a strange card, if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why.
Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry!
Edgeworth?
Wait, what? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? I can't believe you hid this from me all this time! I didn't mean to. What is this all about?
What the... I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. That card, what in the world is it? And what does it mean?
What?
It's
Oh,
this-
fuck you.
It's the same card from the frickin' that place where Maya was.
Yeah, it was. All right. That is the end for the trial of Farewell My Turnabout. So,
That was it?
yep, thoughts on it so far?
Uh, holy crap. I don't know what happened. Like, okay, so there was just no verdict.
I wonder what happens next.
Okay, I have a feeling it has something to do with Maya, and I don't think it's gonna be good.
It probably does. So I don't know. But anyways, guys, we'll see you next time.
Okay. Ugh, Jesus.